Hello and welcome to this podcast on marriage. I'm your host today and I'm going to talk to you about a very important topic: 10 real things I did that helped my marriage stand the test of time. Let's begin. Marriage isn't just a one-time vow, it's a daily decision, a choice to stay, grow, forgive, and love even when it's hard. Today, I want to share 10 real things I did that helped my marriage stand the test of time. These aren't fairy tale solutions, they're practical steps from real life change challenges, the kind every couple faces, whether you're newly married or you've been in it for years. And hey, I hope this helps you find strength and connection in your relationship, because I know these topics are often not discussed in our society, but a healthy marriage is a recipe for societal success. So let's get into it. Number one of what I did is that I stopped trying to win every argument. Early on, I thought being right was everything, but over time, I realized that winning an argument often meant losing connection. Instead of focusing on proving my point, I started listening to understand. I asked myself, what matters more, being right or being united? That mindset shifted calmly a lot of storms. Is a mindset that shifts, calmed a lot of storms in our home. Sometimes just saying, I hear you, or let's take a break and come back to this, made all the difference. Hey, it's not weakness, it's wisdom. Okay, let's go over to number 2 point. Number 2, I made time for weekly check-ins. Life gets busy. Work, kids, routines. Before we knew it, we were living like roommates. So I introduced something simple. A 30 minutes weekly check-in. We would sit, phones up, ask each other, how are you doing? How are we doing? At first, it felt awkward, but with time, it became our safe space to connect, talk, laugh, and realign. It helped us catch issues early and celebrate wins too. It wasn't fancy, just consistent. Number 3 is I learned to apologize without but. Saying I'm sorry isn't weakness, it's growth. What made a difference for me was learning to apologize without excuses. Not, I am sorry, but you started it. Just, I'm sorry I hurt you. Owning my part softened arguments and built trust. I noticed that when I led with humility and invited my partner to do the same, it doesn't always fix things instantly, but it lays the foundation for healing and reconciliation. Number 4, I started choosing kindness over mood. There were days I was tired, frustrated, or just off, but I realized something. My mood shouldn't decide how I treat my spouse. So I started choosing kindness on purpose, leaving notes saying thank you or just smiling more. Not because everything was perfect, that was not the case, but because I wanted to create a loving environment. That shift created warmth in our home. Even on hard days, it did. Kindness is simple, but listen, it is more powerful than you think. The number 5 thing I did was I stopped comparing our marriage to others. Comparison was stealing my joy. On social media, everyone looked happier, more romantic, more perfect. But I had to remind myself, I'm seeing their highlights, not their behind the scenes. Once I stopped measuring our love against someone else's, I started appreciating what we had. Every couple is unique. Yes, our rhythm, our struggles, our wins, they are ours. That perspective brought peace and gratitude into our relationship. Number 6, I prioritize physical connection. Life can get so routine that physical closeness gets lost in the shuffle. I realized we weren't hugging, holding hands, or even sitting close as often, so I made it intentional. A touch on the shoulder, a call during a movie, or a kiss before leaving the house. These small actions reminded us we weren't just partners in life, we were still in love. Physical closeness isn't just about romance, it's about reassurance, comfort, and warmth. The number 7 thing I did was I invested in my own growth. At one point, I expected my spouse to compete with me. Yes, I expected, at one point, I expected my spouse to complete me. But I learned that a strong marriage is built by two whole individuals, not two halves. So I started working on myself, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and otherwise. I read, went to therapy, exercised, and pursued my passions. As I grew, our marriage grew too. It removed pressure from my partner to fix or fill my gaps. Self-growth made me a better listener, a better communicator, and ultimately a better partner. Number 8, I stopped keeping score. There was a time I kept mentally tallies. I think 3 times, you only once. Or, I apologized last time, now it's your turn. That mindset builds silent resentment. Letting go of score keeping didn't mean letting myself be walked over. It meant giving with love, not calculations. It created more balance, more grace. And even some days, one of us gives more. That's okay. It balances out in a healthy and loving relationship. Number 9, I learned to laugh through the chaos. We had plans. Life had jokes, unexpected bills, sickness, parenting fails. They all came. But instead of letting those things drive a wedge between us, we chose to laugh more. We found humor in the chaos. Inside jokes, silly moments, even laughing at ourselves. It relieved tension and reminded us we were a team. Laughter won't fix problems, but it lightens their load and brings hearts closer. Number 10, I chose love over and over again. Marriage isn't always a feeling. Some days it's a decision. I chose love on days I didn't feel it. I chose it when we misunderstood each other, when we were distant, and even when I was tempted to shut down. Choosing love meant staying committed, learning in and believing the best. Over time, those daily choices created trust, safety, and a bond that could weather anything. It wasn't perfect, yes, but it was real. So, my friends, marriage isn't about perfection, it's about intention. These 10 things didn't just keep our marriage alive, they made it stronger, deeper, and more fulfilling. If you found even one of these helpful, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, the little things you do consistently matter more than grand gestures done occasionally. Keep choosing each other every day. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Turn on the bell notification to get more useful tips. Thank you.